Do you have a limiting belief that is following you around and chasing you and controlling you in your life and sabotaging you at every angle? Well, my job is to help teach you how to live your best life from what I learned from your kids. So my limiting belief is that I'm not good enough. And I don't know where I picked that up, somewhere down the road, because before the age of 10, we don't have our own filter. We can't distinguish what's said to us from what's true about us from the people we trust. And so, people that we trust, our parents, teachers, coaches, they can say something to us and we can perceive it as that's our belief. And so somewhere down the road, I got this idea that I wasn't good enough. And I went to this training. I think it cost me like $10,000 to go to this training for them to help me with this idea. So we went into this room and this woman had been working with Tony Robbins since she was like 12, and she was amazing. Clients on Demand is an amazing program, by the way. They taught me how to put my business online back in 2017. And so the first question she asked us was, what is the one thing you don't want people to know about you? And I wrote down on a piece of paper that I'm not good enough. And I thought, oh boy, now I'm gonna have to deal with this, right? I'm gonna have to talk about it. There was probably 300 people in the room, and I knew I was going to have to deal with it. And it was fantastic. She clearly got rid of that limiting belief. And I got home and I couldn't get out of bed. I literally was like, what's it all for? I had been working my ass off. I had 4 kids. I was a single mom most of that time. So I was like, now I couldn't even get out of bed. The limiting belief was gone. Everything was good enough. And what I realized is that it's not what's in our A circle that matters. Whatever's in our A circle is what's making decisions for you in that moment. Okay, it's not what's in our A circle that matters. It's our perception of it that dictates our behavior. And what I realized from my clients is if they have fear in their A circle, fear is only there to remind them to focus. If I work with a gymnast and she's got fear in her A circle, it's gonna kick her out of her body and she's gonna look like she's got a mental block. She's stuck. But it's not the fear that's the problem. It's her idea of it that's controlling her. So for me, the idea of not being good enough was holding me back from feeling good enough in this case. But when I looked at it as not negative, when I looked at it as it was serving me to go kick some ass, when my ex-husband said to me, I don't really get your business, I don't really know what you do, I could say to myself, okay, I'll show you. And I could be very successful, not using the idea that I wasn't good enough or that I didn't know what I was doing or whatever the limiting belief was. And so it's not what is in your A circle that matters. It's how you perceive it and yourself that runs your life. So think about an old idea or a limiting belief. Think about how you want to shift it. Flip the script on that idea and use it to your advantage. If you've got fear in your A circle, use fear as a way to focus. If you've got anxiety in your A circle, use it as a way to protect yourself or pay attention to your surroundings. Anything that's in our A circle, even if it's no longer helpful, is there to serve us. So use it in a way that you can work with it. That's how you're going to shift your mentality, shift your behavior, and live your best life. We'll see you on the next video.